Good afternoon, everyone. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to wire a motor up with the Arduino board, and as well as a driver circuit. So, first step we're going to do, connect power, like we always do. It goes to the positive rail, 5 volt to the positive rail. Then we're going to have two positive leads going to the most right pin on this side of the driver, and then the pin right next to it. Now that we have power, we're going to hook up ground. So we're going to find the ground pin right next to the 5 volt on the Arduino, and that's going to go to the ground pin on the board. Next, we're going to hook up our digital pins. So first we'll go with pin 9. Pin 9 goes to the STBY pin, which is the third. The next pin, pin 8, digital pin, pin 8, goes to the pin right next to that, which is the AIN1 pin. And lastly, we have digital pin 3. It's also a PWM pin, and that will go to the PWMA pin. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to hook up our motor. It's going to go right next to these two pins, so you're going to have power going to the leftmost pin, and negative going to the pin right next to that. And what we'll see is the motor spin one way, stop, and spin the other way. Make sure you have your code in your Arduino IDE, so you can see it spinning and it stops and goes the other way. In this video, we are going to learn how to wire up a servo and control it with an Arduino. Then we'll learn how to add a potentiometer to it. So first we're going to take the yellow wire coming from the servo, and we're going to connect it to pin 9. Then we're going to take the red wire coming from the servo, which is yellow here, to 5 volt, and then the brown to ground. And you can see that it rotates through 180 degrees from our code here, and then rotates back to its starting position. Continuing on with our servo experiment, we are going to add a potentiometer to it so that we can control the position of the servo gear system with the twist of the potentiometer. So the first thing we are going to do is connect power to the potentiometer. So pin 1, we're going to go to power, which is the positive terminal. This was all set up prior in our last video. Then the middle pin is going to go to analog 0. And the third pin is going to go to the negative terminal of the breadboard. Then from here, all we have to do is twist the potentiometer, and you can see that it does control the position of the servo motor. Hey everyone, in this video we'll be going over the stepper motor circuit. We will have a stepper motor driver in conjunction with it. So we'll first go set it up after you've installed all the code into your Arduino. First thing first is to connect the power to it. So we are going to connect power and ground via the 5 volt and the ground. So here the orange wire is power, yellow wire is ground. So once we do that, simple as that, then we're going to take the IN1, 2, 3, and 4 pins and connect them to the digital inputs. So IN1 starts at 9 and it goes up to 12. And then you'll connect the stepper motor to the driver.